Can we all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
All right, good. So let me just walk us through because we have larger percentage of people that they say they don't have about data analytics before or they've not used data before. So I try to walk us through this base and introduction. The next section will be writing functions. So today we just be basic introduction about it. So first thing and foremost, when we talk of data analytics, what does it mean? Data are just raw facts that have not been processed. Example of data is just like a student attendance when they ask us, Sheon Kayode president, Sheon this president. So the teacher for a classroom teacher is going to collect this attendance, but he doesn't know how many people are in class, how many females, how many are age 5 that are in class, how many did not come, how many are in class or so. So until this data are being analyzed, that's when the teacher is able to know, okay, these are those that are in class. Out of 50 students, I only have 10 students. So the process of him trying to know how many students are in class, how many are males, how many are females, that process, the data is being analyzed. And when that process, that data is being, that's when I have information whereby I can now make decision from them. That's just the simple definition I can actually relate in the real life that we can all understand that was data. So when we talk of, there's something called data set. Data set is just a sample data that you can work with. Maybe you want to analyze data, you've not privileged to work on a real world data, maybe at work data, but you want to try to put your skills. There's something called data set. Like what was attached to our mail. I hope we all got the mail. That's an example of what we call what data sets. There's something we call as well called data source. Data source is just like when we talk of river, like the source of water, the source of the river. That's just the meaning of data source too. Where does that data, where is it coming from? The data we are working in, where is it coming from? So likewise, for somebody that wants to be a data analyst, one of the questions you ask your line manager is, where is the data source of this complaint? Okay, well, how does the data work here? How many data sources do we have? Is it online? Is it premise? Is it Google Sheets? They must be able to tell us the data source that we are working with. Just like where is our data coming from? That's just the data source. Then we have something called database. It's just the way we have customer base, database. Likewise, database just like where is our data residing? It's almost the same thing with data source and database. We have various database. That's when we talk of our DBMS, relational database management system, and known as DBMS. And that's the meaning of Progress SQL, MySQL. That's where they come in. But when now of MongoDB, NoSQL, that's when we talk of what known now DBMS. So that's just the little introduction I tried to give us about data. That's just it. So today we are walking around through Excel, and I'll be trying so that we can have room for enough question. I'll be picking this ribbon and picking the actual parts that we need, and now we can actually use them in the real life using the sample data that we have with us here. So I'll be going to that. So we have what we call a file. So now this file, there is a place here, protect workbook. You can actually do this if you are if you want to share a document that is within the department and you don't want anybody else outside the department to have access, you can actually password it. But be careful when you do this. Once you forget the password, that document is gone. So you add your password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone just add it, and that such document is being passworded. Nobody except somebody that give access to that document that can actually access it. So 1, 2, 3, type it. It will bring it out again. You type it again. Then that document, anytime you want to open it again, it will be asking you for that password. To asking for that password. So that's just it for that side. All that side here is still useful. Okay, I think nothing here again. So that's all for here. Here is the one to save. I hope you know the difference between save and save as, right? So save as is we are trying to duplicate the copy of the document. Maybe somebody bring flash to you and you are working on that. Okay, please save this what you are doing on this flash for me. You can easily click the save as. Go to the person's flash drive. You see the person flash drive under this my PC here. You see the person flash drive, click the flash drive, put the name of the document, then you save it on the flash. So that's all majorly about here. Then we have to come to home, copy and paste. Both has their differences. If you are copying, let's say for example now, I want to copy, if I'm clicking this, then I'm coming here and pasting it here. You can see still replay. But if we talk about cut, this sign means cut. If you are cutting it and you are pasting it here, is It's moving it. So that's the major difference between cut and paste. And we have this format painter here. If I'm too fast and if you have any question, please, you can actually. Okay, so you can turn on your mic. Open it up. Oh, is there anybody that cannot hear me again? So I should know maybe it's from my end.
We can
I hope
hear
you can hear
you.
me. Okay, because I
Yes,
have
no,
somebody.
yeah.
So
We can
okay,
hear you.
good. So that's how. So I want to talk about this format paint. How does this format painter works is whatever format that we've added to one. Let's say I've designed this one this way. I've added this. Let's say I've done something like this. Let me try to change the font to something that will something like this. So if I want this thing to have the same format, the same design, instead of me coming here and be clicking the yellow, the red one by one now. So let me just make this one red too. I'll just click this one, click this brush, this sign of brush here, then come to this place on it, say click it. So automatically has the same format. So it saved me the time of checking the changing the font, changing the background color. Then we have a way we call border. So how does border work is if you want to do a table, a heading, XN, name, let's say maybe age group. Let me just use age. And you have a list of numbers like this, 1, 2. So you can actually increase your number this way too. Can see. So you see this Excel automatically pick it up. Just type 1 and 2 yourself, then try to drag it down like this. Then Excel do the numbering for us. So like this. Then can easily to make it look name. Let me use AB. Let me just type for example, just for us to know how it is being used in real life. For example, they might tell you like, okay, Sean, go and design how we need a template for data collection. What are data we need? Okay, we want to be capturing sales record. They won't tell you go and okay, we need column for customer, we need the product name, we need the product ID. They'll just give you what we want to do. Then it will not be left for us as a data analyst to go and design a template that we need. So it's us that now come, okay, we need the name of the customer, we need the product of the customer, we need the quantity that that customer is buying. Maybe you need the location of the customer, maybe you need the method of payment. Is it transfer? Is it POS? I don't now be creating that column. After you are not done, then you can now design something like this. Click here, we have all border, can do all border, something like this. And you can see more designs are here. And there is one I always use more. You can use this one, all thick crown border. Thick round border here, so it's going to give it black. So I always use it to do a round table like this, right? So something like this. And if you are doing total, if you are doing maybe sales total, let's say this place deals with amounts now, I can have maybe 2,300 here now. So I can decide to do different border for this one too. I can decide to put this one like this inside and that border, right? So I can paint this one border under this color. I can decide to paint it this color. I can decide to paint this one another color too, right? So everybody will know that this one mean different things. So that's the work of what this one does. You can change the color if you don't like the color black that is coming up. You can actually change the color of your table here red. So any table that will be doing will be in red color. You can see. So change the color to color red. But majorly is always black. And I think that's black is general. It's in that black is. So you can see now the color that we are doing now is red because I've actually changed the color of the border. So you can actually change the style here too. You can see the one that we are doing here is in red line border. I can actually change the dash. If you don't like the dash, you can actually change it to maybe this type. So subsequently, if you are doing any border now, it's going to be in that stuff. So that's how this place works. So that's all about this. And we are doing total, we are doing our total. We can use this thick round border to show our total too. You can see now it's showing our total. It's going to be thick than another one. So it's the same thing. And that thing about this thing, the same thing you are doing this Excel applies to Google too. So no need of maybe I want to learn Excel, I want to learn Google. The same thing that we are doing, the same knowledge application happens to them all. So this one is where we paint the background like I did here. You've all seen it. So I don't know much about color. So here is where you change the color of the font of your text. If this place is showing black and you want it to be showing this color, you can use it here. You can bold it here. You can do italics here. change the double underline. You can do all those ones here. Then we have here where we have the top align, middle align, and let's quickly do that. Let's see how they work. So let's say, for example, let me clear this off. Okay. I hope you can all see my screen. If it's too tiny, you can let me know. So I can actually remove. So, okay, I didn't show us this one. As we want to remove the background color, before we're having this red color and we don't want to use any red, just come here and click no fill. And if you need more colors, you can just click these more colors. Then you can switch the color to any color that you like. And if you have a X code for it, you can actually paste it here. You can actually paste your X code there. Then the color here will move to the column. So let's work with how these alignments and co-works is this. I have I type my name Paul here now. You see now, but I want this name to be at the middle. But but I want it to be somewhere in this middle here. So what I just do is just click here. Then this place we put it in the middle for us. Because there are sometimes whereby when we are doing maybe table heading, maybe we are creating saving, it can be any heading, but I have to drag this table down so that it can actually look good like an heading. Then I need to make your word to be in the middle. Then we actually need to use this combo, this sign. So you can actually use it on the right to make your word to be in the middle. You can actually use it on the left. You can make it to come down. You can use this one to bring it up. So this one can be anywhere. Then you can use this one to control how it should be. So this one is right or left. You want it to move. Maybe if you are using the center now, center is too far from what you want. Then you can use this one to tweak it manually for you to give you your desired results. This one is just to change the text that we have. We can see now to actually change it to pop. Then what we have here is what we call wrap text. What does wrap text does is that anytime we have a word that is beyond our column, you can see now this was actually beyond the column, but we want this cell to contain, we want this zero, these letters I typed to enter in the one cell. Just click this wrap text, then it's going to squeeze it to ensure that it's actually inside one cell. So that's the work of this wrap text. Actually, it doesn't make us to have a long line. It's actually squeeze them. But if the other way around we don't want to do it, can keep on expanding it like this. It's still the same thing, right? And there are other ways of doing that too. You can either come here, double click. It must bring out this sign. Once you bring out this sign, double click it, then you see it's automatically moved to itself. Or you can come here. So let me just show us here too. You can come to under this format. So I want to cover it so that we know it. Just come to this auto fit column width. And can see the sign what it does here already. Expand it to the right and left. While this one is the up and down. Once you click this one, then it's going to adjust it itself. Then here is where we have the merge and column. So where do we use this merge and column? Is for example, okay, let me just put a small calculation up here. Let's say amount, let's say name, let's say Sheon. So if Sheon is here, let's say we have Shegun, and we have Ayo, okay, and let's say we have a balance. Let's say balance now. The person might have 2,300, 1,200 with. They might need to write a balance here, so I might have to merge. Okay, let me do something like this. Let me start on that column just for us to understand. Let me say location. Let's say location now. Agbowo, because I know my friend Mr. Samuel is from Agbowo, so let me use that one. Agbowo UI. So you can have something like this. Then you want to do total. Then you can easily merge these two columns here together. Just click here, merge and center. Anyone you click here is still the same thing. Before this is what we have what we call split cell. When we have split cell in Excel, but if we increase the can just call this place total. Then can do your function, like the function, you still get that when we are writing our function next week. So still do all those calculate, all those shortcuts. Then can easily do your border like I taught us, do it here. Then can easily bold here. So this is what we've done. So that's the work of how this one works. Maybe you work in the warehouse, want to calculate total of inventory. You can just easily merge You can easily merge it this way. So it doesn't make sense if you have, it doesn't make sense you are doing total and the box is here. You understand? It doesn't look good. So just merge these two cells like that together. So that's just how it works. So when we come here, we have number. We have number. Here is where we call what we do format. So majorly what goes on here is if you are doing maybe calculation, you want it to show naira, you want to show percentage, you want two decimal number. Let me see what else we have time and all. Yeah, so can actually be done here. So let me do an example of how this one works now. So we did the calculation here now, and we have 2,432. So this 2,432 now, we doesn't know what it's saying. Is it money? Is it 2,432 cartons? Or is it 2,432 students? Or we are talking about money? Okay, is it naira we are even talking about? So this as a data analyst, we raise question for us. People will be asking, okay, what do you mean by this 2,432? Because nothing is showing here for them to let them know that this is what you're actually saying. So when you come here, you can easily format it here. So for example, now if I'm adding dollar now, so nobody will see this one and be asking you, data analyst Tolu, is this do you mean 2,432 cartons again? Because they already see dollar. They only know that immediately they are seeing dollar. That's what that's money. You are talking about monetary value here. So they won't ask you questions. So we need to always draw the line when we are dealing with costs and quantity. That's what I mean by saying cost. When you are talking about 200 naira and saying 200 cartons, so this sign of dollar or sign of naira will actually help us to clarify that. So automatically your stakeholders, when I talk of stakeholders, means your line manager, maybe head of department, director that are actually using your reports. They won't be asking us questions. So just put sign. So they won't be telling us to do. So these are little things when we are doing our report, we should always be cautious of anywhere that we need to put less. And we want to change this thing to naira because in dollar we don't deal with dollar in Nigeria. You can easily come here, more accounting, come to currency. I don't actually like to use accounting. I think that one is for accounting people. So I love to use this currency for me. So you keep on scrolling, scroll, scroll and see do here. Then can easily so here where we have decimal play. Okay, let me leave it here. So we'll do it in front. Click OK. You see now we have our naira sign here now. Then that's what leads me to this place. Decrease decimal or reduce. So can use it one decimal, you can use it and two decimal. Can use this one to actually increase and reduce the numbers of O's that we have. Then how do we make use of this comma separator? This one is what we call thousand separator. So just like I'm having 1,000 now. So this one we give, okay, let me just try to change. This one we give people to understand what we are saying. They won't know is it 1 million, is it 10,000. But immediately you apply this now, then use this one to turn it off. Then okay, they will know like, okay, easily they were able to know that okay, this is 100 million, this is 100,000, and that's where this comma separator works. And that's majorly where we use it, just to divide that value. Can use it. So that's all. But immediately you are using currency, the comma separator comes in. Then we have what we call percentage. So percentage, for example, is percentage increase. So let's do simple mathematics so that we can all learn. Let's say Monday, current week now. Let me say Monday. Let me use date so that I can actually understand. Let me say 1/28, 2024. Just for example, then we have 1 2, that should be 2/5 2024. Then we have a 9/29. My calendar is actually month first, so that's actually what happened. We are seeing month first, 9/2024. Then we have different sales figure. Let's say we have 1,000 cartons, cartons sold. So let me give an heading here so that people not be asking me cartons sold. We have 100, we have 40, then we have 30. So now we want to calculate the percentage increase or percentage increase or decrease. We want to know, okay, our sales last week, our sales this week. are we making sales or our profit? Are we making profits or customer base? Our customer reducing? So irrespective of, let me just say, irrespective of any field that we are trying to aim at, it's the same data that we actually work with. But the application of how we are going to apply will be different. Somebody in finance now will be dealing with money. Somebody in warehouse will be dealing with inventory, numbers of goods sold. It's still the same sum. Total goods sold is the same. For example, this sum we use here now is the same sum that we use to sum total money that people paid in. Is this total sum that we still use to count total number of goods that were sold for that day. So it's still the same sum, but we'll be using them in different applications based on our field. So irrespective of any field that we are, I want us to grab is data analytics is the same thing. The same knowledge that you have in one, it's just one that be applying to different field that you have. That's just how it is. So this one, let's do example now. You want to calculate the percentage on the two, and this one want to maybe and the simple calculation goes like this. That will be this current week minus previous week, right? You want to calculate percentage, this one minus 60, then we want to know the percent, then now is equals to this one divided by this. So you see now that we have 0.6, then can easily come here and click this percentage. Then can tell us how. So our sales on the two actually decrease by 60%. So that's also how to make use of this 60%. Do you have any question? Are we clear? Do you understand what I've been saying so far? Let's talk. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. So that's just how, all right, thank you. That's how we can actually make use of our how to use our percentage. So let me add that in it. If you are dealing with, maybe you are collecting customers' phone number, for example, now 081 32 123 123 457. I just want to type it up to 10 actually. I want to type the normal phone number there. So just drag it this way. Yeah. And change it back to number. You can see now that the zero I type first is actually what's disappearing. It's not actually showing. It's not actually showing. So what we can do is we can go to our format option. We have format cell. Here. So under this format cell, you can come to custom. Then come to this place. Then type we have 11 digit. Then type your 0 to be up to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's up to 11 already. So immediately you click the 0 that you type for is actually not showing up. So it makes, if maybe you are collecting customer phone number, instead of the 40 to be disappearing, you can actually go and format it and apply. And I've taught us about how to use this format painter. So if you are typing another person's phone number 0, 1, 2, 3, let me just see if this one should reach. It's changing it to this. So let me change it back to number. You can see that it's removing the 0. So you can easily come and click this first one that we've actually formatted. Click this brush here. Then come here and paste it. It actually change this value here. But if it doesn't work that way, you can actually come back and right click on this format cell. Then increase the font 0. Doesn't need to increase the 0. Then it's going to show here. I think the numbers of digits here and this one, I think they're not the same. That's why it doesn't work. So that's how percentage and not work. So, and also there are some time whereby we might look up a value from one cell, especially when it's date. Let me see how much time we have. Especially when it's date. Let me see dates here. We should have dates here. Okay. Let me copy this value here. Let me paste it here as value now. Let's see. You can see what it's bringing for us. It's bringing 42685. These are some of the challenges that we face. You notice that you copy a date from one sheet and you are pasting it on that, but it has given this number. So once you see something, you don't need to be worried. Just come to this place, click this drop down, find short date. Then we have this date here. And if you want more date functions, like you want this date to display more, you can come to this format cell. You see date here. Click the one that you like. the one that describe what you are doing. Maybe you want it to be like this. By the time you are click, see what we have here before now. We have 11/11/2016, and immediately click OK now. It's going to change it. That's how we have more options here. We can try to work around them. General, number, currency. Major, that's everything about them we've taught. We've actually covered them. Percentage, we talk about percentage and all. So that's everything for you. Then when we talk of conditional formatting, so conditional formatting helps us to indicate. We use this conditional formatting a lot. Maybe you want to check for students that score below 50. You want to check for students between so range. You want to track when the document is going to expire. Maybe if it's 30 days time now, it should be yellow. If it's 40 days time, it should be green. You want to do all those indicators instead of you trying to be counting it. How many of my students are scoring low grade? So let me just generate. Let me generate certain number. Let me generate certain number so that you can see. So top and bottom. Let me say I want number to be from 200 to 500. So I'm having to 71. Then I have this value up to this page. So let me copy it and paste it as value so that when I click enter, it's not changed. So this number now I want to know the one greater than 200. You highlight it. So if you are dealing with a full column, you can actually select the whole column from the top. If you're actually dealing with the whole column, you can actually select the whole column from the top. Come to this conditional formatting. We have what we call greater than. So if you want to do, okay, want to know the one greater than let's say 200. The one greater than 200. Okay, I think all of them are greater than 200. Okay, let's do the one greater than 300 so that I can have more value. Okay, good. You can see now that we have various colors here. We have red fields with dark. If you click now, the color will change. But let's say, for example, now the color that you want save or no, you can easily come to this custom format here. This custom format. Then here you can design what you want, which is anyone that meet this criteria. If it's greater than 300, what should happen? How should this cell appear? You can change the font. It should be bold. It should be regular. Anything how you want it. Then you can come to this border. Okay, if you want to apply border to it, it's going to have border around it. If you want it to be outlined, then we have what we call field too. Can apply this color, come to field effects. It just depends. You can do a lot of things here, right? Just to show us. I want to apply pattern. You can apply pattern to it. So you click OK. You can see now. So you can come back and change the font color because we are not seeing what is there. So you can come here, go to this font here. You see color here. You can actually change the color here to maybe color white. So you can see now we've actually formatted. So anywhere that we are now be seeing like any self value that is greater than 300, this is how it will look like. And if we click OK, and if you enter any value here, let's say I'm entering 299 here now, it will not meet the criteria. But this one now doesn't have it. I'm entering 311. Then it's going to have that value. So that's also how it works. So we want to do for negative now. Let's try to see if less than 1. So let me try to do less than 1. So we have less here now, less than any value we want to do. It will actually pick the color. So like I've said, we can actually go here, change the font color. Maybe we want it to be red. Okay, let's say the background should be, I don't know much about color. Let's use this color, then say the fill color should be red. If you want to add various patterns, you can actually add it here. Actually add the various pattern to it here. Click OK, you can see. So that's how it works for conditional formatting. That's how for the less than and greater than. So for between deals with from which number to which number. So let me try to clear the one we have here so that we can have proper visibility. Come to this clear rules, clear from selected cell. So let's start afresh for this between. So where they use this is if you want to do grouping, maybe you want to know those that falls with this so range. Okay, I want to know how many customer bought 20 cartons of noodles and above within 20 to 30 cartons. You want to know those are, or maybe range or something. Actually, so for me at work now, I use this one to check for document expiration. actually use it to track document expiration. So I'm going to apply a function here. Then I will add today's date plus 30. So when document is between today's date and 30 days, then the color that I'm going to see inside that cell will not be this color. It will be color yellow, which will like in telling me like, okay, this document we have in here now, less than 30 days or equals to 30 days, is going to expire. So that's actually where I actually use this document in real life. So this will automatically prefill the follows 278 and 415. If you click OK now, anyone that doesn't fall within that our range is not going to, you see now, this one now is not up to 278. If I'm even putting 278, you can see now it's picking it. If I'm putting 277, it will not pick because it's not within the range of what we actually use it for. So we have data bar. You can use this one to just to design your report. If you are doing your reports, you can actually use this data bar to design your reports here. Right. So this is just it. So let me show us one thing I'm saying when it comes to when we are doing our report. Can actually use it. Let me paste as value. Can actually use it here. Then this one, I can come to my manage rules. So I can come here and do set show bars only. So click apply and click OK. So can actually use this one to show like a graph, like just something like that. Can actually use that one to show something like a graph like that. So let me just clear it so you can actually see what I'm saying. So can actually use this one to do maybe something like your graph or something. So that's just how that works. We have a long way and time is fast spent. So we have table here. So this page is used to design our table. So let me try to create a demo table. Dates. If you have any question, you can ask me. You have dates. You have let me say quantity. Let me say we have quantity, dates, quantity. Let's say maybe plate number or customer bill because I work in a logistic company, so don't mind me. So we can have something like this, and like I've said, we can add our border here. But want to make it a table, you can start a table here. My table has an header. Yes, my table. So what is telling us here, my table has an header means this column. If I didn't check this box, so let's see what it's going to bring for us. You can see now. So what's telling us a table must have a column. Is a must. So let me go back again and go insert table. My table has an header. I check it. Yes. So I can easily use this table design format table that we have. I can easily use it to design my table. You can see, can easily use it to design my table. So that's just what that one is actually all about. You can just use it to design your table. That's all about that. So for cell format is just a pre-designed cell, a pre-designed size. So let's say for example now I have a grand total here. Let's say I'm having a total here now. Instead of me trying to increase the font, coming down here to do it, I can actually have a preset something and say, okay, let me say, okay, total. This is what I've formatted. So instead of me coming here and be doing the design, I can actually use that one and do it. So if you want to design your own, you can come here, new cell style, you can call it your name, my own. Then come to this format here. You can design it as much the way you know you want to design. You can increase the font size to be able to be 72. The fill color, maybe color yellow. Let's just say okay. Let me see the font color we are using color black here. So click OK. So automatically we see our cells I can see now. Immediately I click it, it's actually pop up. All right. So that's just the work of cell style. Cell style is just for you to have a pre-designed text. So instead of we trying to do the format, the downward sound it for. So this place where we have our insert cell. Maybe you are working. So let me cite an example here. Good. You have a cell here. Maybe you are capturing a value now and you omitted one value. Oh, I supposed to write something here before. So you can actually use this insert cell to do it. So insert cell. So now see we have different options here. It's saying shift cell to the right. That means, okay, let's click it so that we can see what it does, right? You can see now it's shifting the cell to the right. No, that's not what we want. We want to create a space down. We want to create a space down below it. So we can come here, insert cell again, shift cell down. You can see now they can now insert whatever you missed before. You can now insert it inside successfully. So you are balanced. So this one is different from you inserting a row. It's different from you inserting a row because if you are inserting a row, you are inserting a row something like this. It will create an entire, but when you insert a cell down just like you copy this whole place, then bring this whole text, bring it down. It doesn't affect, it doesn't create extra column or anything. So let me just try to put a value so you can see what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me just use it that way. Fine. So let's say, for example, now this value, you now remember that oh, I mixed something I wanted to put here. If you come here and do insert cell now, and now do entire row, you can see entire row will create a row, completely new row for you. So there is a difference between when you are inserting a shift cell down and you are inserting you are inserting an entire row. There's actually a difference between them, which is what I just showed. Likewise, if you are deleting a cell too, if it's this cell now you did not need again, if you click delete, just click shift cell up, shift cell up. So immediately you are clicking shift cell up, like it will not affect anything on this side. It will only help you to move the content that you have beneath, move it up, while the immediate cell, the active cell that you are in, removing the content, then those one beneath it, bringing them upward. So the same thing works for insert and delete, just the same thing that they have. And other things that we have here are something that can actually pick on. Insert row, insert column. Okay, so when we talk of row, these rows, this is our row here, row. Rows are always on the on our left side where we have 1, 2, 3. These are our rows. Where the columns are A, B, C, D, E, F. Those are our columns. So when we talk of column A, they are talking about here. When they are saying row 1, that's what they are saying. But when they are not saying column A, row 3, column A, row 3, that means they are talking about here. So they are merging it together. That's what you are seeing at the top here. We are actually seeing A3. So which is what is telling us what? Column A, row 3. So I'm telling you that, okay, see your column G, row 20. That means I'm telling you G20, which means what? Locate your column G, then row 20. That's just what it's telling us. That's when we see G20, A5, that's what it's telling us. We are merging the rows and column. It's just like something like this. We are doing like this. Let me paint it so that I can actually, we can get it. Just like doing something like this, then bringing this one to like this to meet it together. That's just exactly when we are talking about G16. So it's going to trace the G16 to where we are 16. So if it's G7 now that we are saying now, it just mean where they merge here. That's just how it is, right? I don't know if you have any questions so far. I don't have any questions so far. So insert column, insert row, the way I've said, insert sheet is just the same thing that we insert sheet here. You can insert a sheet here too by clicking this plus or coming to this place to insert a sheet. And you can actually use this place to delete a sheet. So when you talk about format here this when you have multiple heading. When you have something like, let's say for example now I'm having name of your parents. Name of your parents. See, it's longer than the way where do you stay? They are longer than it. So let's say for example now and I have multiples of something like this. I have multiples of them, various heading, just because to save our time, I actually have to duplicate them. Now have multiples of them like that. You cannot be coming here and be doing this one like this and be dragging it. So to save our time, what we just do is I like this whole row, then come to this format here. I think we did it better. Yeah, okay. I'm coming. Let me finish. I'll check your message. Then can easily click this column width. Then automatically, okay, sorry. Click this auto. Then this auto will automatically shift it for you. But if you want to specify the range yourself, maybe the auto is too wide, you can actually come here and enter the maybe 12. If it's okay for you, you see the results. If you want more, you can actually come and enter. Same thing goes for this one too. So this one talks about renaming the sheets. You can change the tab color, maybe color blue. The tab color is going to change here. You can see the color here has changed. So you can actually come here, or you can change it here to tab color. You can actually change the tab color here, red. You can put red. So that's just how it works for those ones, right? So when we talk of there is another one, but I think that our time is fast spent though. is protect sheets. So when we talk of this protect sheet, that's when maybe if you are in inventory and this is one of the things we use then. You don't want people to enter cell or you don't want them to enter some values on certain columns in your Excel file. You can actually protect that particular cell. So for you, before for you to be able to do that, you have to go to this your format cell. Yeah. Come to this protection, uncheck this one, uncheck this place, then click OK. Click OK. So if I'm coming here now, I'm saying, let me come to this place so you can see the protect I'm saying. Okay, let me come here back. Come to this protect sheet. Then I'm putting a name here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is a place there that I did not look. Can see I can't type inside those cell again. But I can't remember the one. Okay, see now this one I did not. This one was not logged, which means it's only this one I'm giving people permission to type. Anything under it, they won't able to type there. So that's actually you can actually do. So we use if you are working in an inventory department, you can actually use this. Maybe you log this side, which is the opening balance, and like your daily sales or your daily inventory will be something like 45, and you will have added your function here. Your function will have been at this place. So let me come to where I did not look. I did not look here. Let's assume I've locked here. I only open this place for them. So your function here will give you is equals to I've locked the whole cell. So let me just try to unlock it. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Let me just try to put it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what this place you have applied your function here, which is equals to this place minus whatever they sell here. So your people will not be able to do be able to get actual sales. So you've locked here, you've locked this place, you've locked this place. So if they miss to enter yesterday's value now, they're thinking that they want to add it to today's one, it will not go. So this place will help you to catch people very well in your team. If you are doing Magmag as data analysis, I don't want them to spoil your data for you, right? You can actually apply that. So I think what else we have here? Okay, we have fill here. We have fill here. So let's do that. We have 14 more minutes. Wow, time is going. So let's do, for example, I'm having Paul here. I'm having Paul Shegun. Okay, let me use my friend name, Bumi. I have my friend name is on the call. Then we have Ayo and Pelumi. So let's say, for example, now you now want to do P and B. Press enter, press your control E. There is something in Excel called fill. All these fill function. It is an AI in Excel. It helps you to extract um whatever value. So what it does is it will work with what you type at the top here. It's going to work with it and say, okay, you type PB. It will be smart enough to see that, okay, your P and your B are coming from here. They're able to reason on its own and help you to merge it together. So the reason why we are actually seeing E here is because this name is not actually the same word. So let me try to add something like this. So let me try to see and start again. P B. Press your control E. Oh, it's not going again. Oh, but I try work now. That exercise that can be fun. PA. You can see. So automatically extract it itself. So that just how this place work. Fill down, fill up, fill to your right. You will try to get the data from the previous ones, then try to reason, try to extract it itself for us. So here is when we have erase contents. You maybe want to clear this whole cell now. Can actually come instead of using delete on your keyboard, not use, can actually use this one to do clear all. So clear all means both the format and print type. If you come to our sheet one here now, we have some things here. You can actually, if you use this clear format, you can see that has removed it. Clear format has actually removed it. Clear format actually removed it. So that's just how that one works. Then we have what we call sort to largest, sort to lowest, and all. So if I'm coming to this, for example, our data sets now, we can decide that I want to sort this column now from highest to the lowest or from their recent dates or something. You can try sort them. So let me just copy small dates out here. bring here, bring here. So you can sort it oldest to the lowest now. So if you try to say the oldest one is going to be at the top and the new one is going to be at the bottom. So and there are some times whereby we might have to use. I didn't hear you. Are you talking to me? Let me see the chat box. Let me see our chat box. Okay. So let me just take the chat. Let me see if I have any question. Maybe in that. I think video will be better. Let us know we are going to do at particular time. Oh, Toby, I didn't hear what you are saying here. Actually, I didn't hear what you are saying. So I want to talk about how to use this custom sorts here. For example, if you're having this value and you want to sort it by this value, come to custom sort, then change it here, change the value here, this place here, change the value here. That okay, I'm not sorting based on maybe name or Shegun, sort it by, but it's seeing this column 3 as the name of the column header. So if for example now we have the right column header, is what is going to show here, then click this place, then smallest to the largest to the lowest, can actually change it here, then click OK. So that's it. So we are sorting it now based on this column. So insert is just about, okay, there is no more here to talk about. So let me quickly talk about more that we use more is this text validation. Now that's where we do drop down. That's what we used to do drop down. And why do we use drop down in data? Is because if you don't want people to give you, they should not type something Nigeria like this today. Then tomorrow they will type something like this for you. Okay, I can zoom in. Okay, thank you. So you can do something. You can actually do something like they will not type Nigeria. Then tomorrow they will type something like this for you. NIG. I want to analyze your data. You are seeing NIG. You are seeing. So you can actually use data validation to actually do that. So just click here. Come to this place. Your system can show you full data validation or this symbol here. You can actually validate it. So you can come here and do list. So you can actually type it manually and you can actually pick from source and you'll be examining both of them. Now let's say for example, I want to do states now. Oshun. I'll put Oshun. I'll put Oyo. I'll put Ogun. Then I'll click OK here now. So you can see now, you can't type inside ourselves. So if you are typing, let's say Gusau now, you can see now it's not going because it's not what is have been programmed there. So using this data validation helps a lot, and it has some complex analysis that can be run right with it as time goes on. We actually touch that such that you can tie a dashboard to a drop down. So once this place changes, the whole dashboard will change. By the time you are building dashboard with dates, with everything, we actually see all this. So immediately you click this drop down, then it changes. Everything is going to change. And you can actually do it in another way under source. Let's say, for example, now you want to pick it from list or something that you have in your list. So it's already here. Then I can come to this one and say, okay, I want the drop down to come from this, let's say from this other ID. From this other ID. Instead, because the reason of using something like this because it saves you time to be typing and typing again. Because that first one we did, you have to type in man, but this one you won't type it yourself. Click this drop down back, then click OK. Then if you come here, you're able to see now we are seeing those values. It's picking up from this sheet, right? So that's how that one works. So you can do a lot here. You can do lists, you can do whole number so that they will not type decimal number or negative number for you. Let's say maybe you are capturing sales now, you are working in inventory now, you will need this something like this because you will not want your people to be typing -5, -2 for you. So you're actually going to put the condition here so that his own number that is coming in minimum is 1 or 0. Okay, let's just try it so that we see what I'm saying. Minimum is equals to 0 and then minimum 0. The maximum, let's say 20. Then click OK. So if we are typing -1, you can see now it will not go. So this one will help you to present, it will help you to save you the stress of error, right? So that is how it works. So you can do a lot here in our free time. You can actually try to play around its own number, decimal, date, time, text length. Text length just like text that must enter, it must be up to 5. Okay, let me just say 4, minimum of 4, then maximum of let's say 6. So if I'm coming inside this cell now and I'm typing PA, it will not go. So that's just what it's saying about validation. Can actually try to work around it. Then let me see the time, because I'm trying. Okay, we have more 6 minutes. So we have text to column here. So what text column is actually used for data cleaning. Data cleaning. So if you're having like maybe people submitted a form, they match their surname and their nickname together, and you now want to remove it. So you can say maybe Paul Oilaron. That's my name. We have a friend Shegun. We have Samuel Lai. So let's say, for example, now these people typed and then your manager say, okay, this thing was used when we were meeting. They say, oh no, separate this thing from us. It's many, we have like 1,000 columns, and your boss will just tell you, yeah, please divide this. We don't want to see this. You can easily come to this text to column here. Delimiter, just click this delimiter. If you are dealing with space, use delimiter here, space, then come to this just click space. You can see automatically, lately I'm clicking space here now, then I press finish. It's going to separate them for me. So instead of me trying to do all those things, it's going to separate them. And I think the AI that I did then too, I think to actually work here too. Okay, you can see the AI too actually did it too. So the AI just like press Control E, then AI will take it off from you. And let's say, for example, too, everything is not space. Let's say it's comma. They use comma. We have Paul. I put comma here, Oyilarun. Then I put Shegun me here. Then I put Pelumi Ogoye. So now say I remove this thing. So this one I can easily come to this text to column against here and use this delimiter. But if you are using your delimiter now, you have to change it here and use comma. So which means that anywhere there is saying this comma is going to divide them. Then click OK. Finish. There's going to separate them. So that was majorly what that one does. So when we talk of this refresh here, when we get to pivot table, we actually talk about it. So refresh, let's say for example now our dashboard is on this sheet, this main sheet now, but the source is now from this place, and we've made updates. Maybe we've changed this customer name or we removed some row. It will not affect on this our dashboard immediately. So you have to come and click this refresh. Then everything we is going to reflect the updated information. So let me see what else we have here that is very important. Like I said, we are doing the one that is very important. It's not we are doing Excel, basic things that we feel like we need, right? So okay, so there is another one here that I think we need to. If you want to glue our page to the top, let me see. Is this page okay? Fixed pane. So let me try to use this sheet for us to explain that. So you can see now, okay, this page is actually, if you can see that immediately we are doing scrolling, it's not going. So let me click here and remove it so that we can see what I'm saying. Then I click on fixed pane. You can see now that it's actually moving. You can see our what's it called again? Our problem. We can actually fix this place. You can come here and do. You can fix pane and fix pane. You can see now it actually glued to the top. Even though we are scrolling, it's still seeing. So this one help when we are doing our analysis. And how does this place? That's when we are trying to reference the column. Maybe you are typing your formula on this side now. You now want to reference the column. We're able to see, okay, column F. Okay, we're able to put your column F on that page. So that's actually how that one works. So let me try and see where other things as well. Okay, link. Let me see the time. Okay, we have 2 minutes. But let's say, for example, now you have a report somewhere else, another sheet somewhere else on your sheet. You have another report. So you now want to create a link on that sheet to open. Let's say, for example, I want to bring, actually, I have confidential information here. So, okay, I think this book 4 should be for me. So I can actually create a link here. But you can see now I've created a link here now. So if I click this, it's going to open that sheet for me. You can see. So that just I'm not just going to, and you can come here again and rename it, edit upper link. Then this one can say which text to display. Can I say link to last year report? You can actually do something like this, right? You can it will show. So anybody that see this link now, this report you are present can click the link. So that's just how the link there works. So let me see what else there. Okay, 1 more minute. So can you start comments here? Comment is when you are working on Excel online or Google Sheet, you can have multiple people working with you on that sheet. So you can actually easily leave comment and tell them, say, okay, um, total total was last year's sales. Maybe for example, last year's sales and last month. Maybe the person doesn't know how you get the sales last month. Maybe it's just something that is hidden. So you can just leave it there. So anybody that is coming there will see. Yes, sorry. Anybody that's coming will see, okay, total is immediately they click that cell, this page is pop up. Okay, the person cannot tell you, okay, maybe update it accordingly. So instead of that person calling you, it will leave message for you. And when you are done, too, you can put on that sheet done to just refer that change, right? So that's just how that one works, right? So we have a lot to actually insert here. I think I'll be stopping here. I think to some extent I've actually covered basic things that I think we need. So it's time for question. If you have question for me, so let me have your question before we call it a day. Okay, somebody is asking, is there a WhatsApp? What's GC? Please, can you talk? What do you mean by this GC? Mr. Lawrence, what do you mean by GC? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All
Yes,
right.
we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear
So
you.
So we
Group
have any
chat.
question?
Group chat.
Let me know. Okay,
Yes, we
group
can hear you.
chat. Okay. Okay. I think we'll work on that. We'll work on that. So we are sending next reminder next week. So it will be included. So that's just the basic introduction on Excel. So if anybody has any question, can actually. Okay, please explain the percentage again. Okay, good. Okay. So let me use a new sheet here. So percentage is if you are trying to get fraction or something. It's not necessarily even be in the previous days we say. I can say maybe total target. I can actually use it for target. Let's say date. Let's say date, and we have target sales. Target sales. Then we have actual sales. Can actually use this one too. You can actually use this one to do percentage here. Can actually use this one to do percentage. So we can do dates is equals to today. Let's say our target is 1,000. But we sold 400. So can you use this way now to do, okay, what's the percentage? What's the percentage to our target? Now it's this one divided by this one. Then can come to this percentage here and do percentage. So that's just how percentage work. Yeah. So Ali, we've seen it on two scenarios. Yeah. So I hope I've answered your question. If you have any question for me again, let me see. Is there any question? You have any question? Let me see. That's all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for joining. So next week, Wednesday, I'll be meeting. So that's when we'll be talking about writing functions. So we'll be talking the function that I'll be dealing with next week, it will be shared with us via mail too. That I'll be working with our data sets too. Right. So everybody now, that's all we need for about Excel, for introduction about Excel. That's just the introduction of the interface. Yeah. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to have us next week again. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
everyone.
bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Good
very
night,
much. Have a
everyone.
good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Good
See you
night.
next week.
Sorry, hello, Mr. Paul.
Yes.
Please, when are you going to do the upload? I think I came in late.
Upload will be done tomorrow. Yeah, before 12.